Hey, how's it going YouTube? I'm your host for this one, Landon Do Not Sing, because you guys really don't want me to sing. I am horrible, and welcome back to another Most Amazing Top 10 video. Today, we're going to be talking about a bunch of scary urban legends from Brazil. But first, I want to know, what country are you guys from? Let me know in the comment section below, and maybe we can do an urban legend from your country. So Brazil is a country that is full of mythology, folklore, and scary urban legends. From knives hidden inside of creepy dolls to creepy clowns and vans, we give you the top 10 scary Brazilian urban legends.
Hey guys, it's me, Danny Burke. I'm just jumping into here really quick to let you guys know all about a brand new channel that I'm in, Esports 1. It's going to be all things esports with loads of videos about your favorite games and streamers. The first video is coming out on Thursday. Have you guys ever wanted to say, I was here since the beginning of this channel? Well, now is your chance. You'll find the link to Esports 1 in the description box and the comment section, so go and subscribe and get ready to be the first viewers of a brand new channel. It's going to be big. Back to the video.
Brace yourselves because things are about to get really creepy. Tunche makes its way onto this list at number 10. This is a spirit that protects the Amazon rainforest, but this isn't a good spirit, it is an evil one. Those who believe in this legend say that the spirit is a combination of all the people who have died in the Amazon. I mean, this story got pretty morbid really fast. It is believed that this evil spirit attracts its victims by making a pleasant whistling sound. Apparently, if you hear this tune, you feel almost compelled to whistle back. But be aware, because once you repeat the tune, the creepy spirit will take hold of you. So yeah, I'm not going to repeat the whistle, but now, according to this legend, if you are kind to the forest and animals, the Tunche will spare you. But if you are disrespectful to the forest and have a large carbon footprint, the odds of you making out of the forest alive are slim to none. Candy mixed with drugs rolls onto this list at number 9. This urban legend made people believe that vendors who sell chocolate and candies injected their products with cocaine and sold them to nearby schools so that the kids would become addicted to them and want to buy more. Honestly, they didn't need to inject candy and chocolate with cocaine. I'm pretty sure kids are already addicted to this stuff. Well, as it turns out, this might not have only been an urban legend, because something very similar to this story happened in Rio de Janeiro for real. In the 1980s, Van Mel candies were confiscated and shut down because their products contained drugs inside of them. But the reasoning for this wasn't to get kids addicted to their product, they wanted to sabotage their competition. The Bagman stuffs himself in at number 8. This urban legend is about a man who kidnaps children with a bag if you are alone or if they are not close enough to their parents. In Brazil, he is known as the Homem do Saco, and people believe that he carries a sack with him that is full of naughty and disobedient kids. His goal is to collect a bunch of children so that he can sell them on the black market, or he can just eat them. But either way, if he kidnapped your kid, you would never see them again. This sounds scary, but you know, it kind of sounds like it was created by parents who were annoyed with their kids running off without their permission. So in order to keep them close, they made up this scary bagman. If I was told this as a kid, I for sure would not leave my parents' side. Even if I'm like 30 years old, I would still be like, hey dad, where are you going? Don't leave me. I'm still a kid, like I'm still a kid to you. I don't want the bagman coming. So, you know what, I guess this urban legend is highly effective, because I'm wondering where my parents are right now. The woman in your nightmares haunts us in at number 7. So in Brazil, there's a story about a tall, skinny woman with long yellow fingernails and red eyes named the Pisadeira, who lurks on your rooftops and watches families inside of their homes. Apparently she likes to watch families as they eat their dinner, and after their meal, when someone decides to go to bed, she will sneak into the room and sit on their chest. She puts all of her weight on the person's chest so that they cannot move and they have a hard time breathing. The Pisadeira enjoys watching her victims panic and gasp for air. It is also said that the real reason behind sleep paralysis is because of the Pisadeira. Because many people who suffer from sleep paralysis say that they feel an evil force is hovering over them and preventing them from moving. I can honestly say to you guys that I've experienced something like this. I've had situations where I wake up and I just cannot move my body. I've never experienced the not breathing part of it because that would be horrifying, but I've definitely had situations where I'm awake and I can't move. And I'm not even from Brazil, so maybe this folklore has traveled all the way up here to Canada. Let me know if you guys experience anything like this in the comment section below. Up next, number 6, we have a Loira do Banheiro. I know this name seems like a lot, but when you translate it, it literally means the blonde in the bathroom. I know the name doesn't sound scary, but this is Brazil's version of Bloody Mary. If you want to summon her, you will have to go to the last stall in the bathroom, kick the door, and flush the toilet 3 times, turn the tap on and off 3 times, and say the curse words out loud 3 times. I mean, in Brazil, they really make you work for this. I'm pretty sure all you have to do is turn off the lights, go in front of the mirror in the bathroom, and say Bloody Mary 3 times. I've done it when I was a kid. And let's not talk about it. Well, once you summon Bloody Mary, a beautiful girl with long hair appears, but her skin is all cut up. She's just full of blood, and she has cotton stuffed in her nose and her mouth. Blood is also pouring out of her body, and she will stare at you from the mirror with an empty expression. I'm not sure if this is my idea of a good time. I would rather not summon a bloody demon girl to a bathroom. Apparently a lot of young students play this game in their schools, and now a bunch of Brazilian schools are haunted by a Loira do Banheiro. The Crying Children makes its way onto this list at number 5. In the 1970s through the 1980s, an Italian painter named Giovanni Bragolin made several paintings of children crying, and this became a very popular craze from around the world. Everyone wanted to get their hands on these paintings. Why? I'm actually not sure why. I would think this painting of a crying child would be sad, but the 70s and 80s, it was a different time. However, rumors started to spread that the artist made a deal with the devil, and because of this, all of his paintings are cursed. There have been several unexplained fires in the homes of people who have purchased these paintings, and it is said that if you take these paintings and you turn one upside down, you will actually see a demonic hand clutching the child's neck. Yeah, no thanks. I'll stick to my happy paintings of rainbows and puppies. And yeah, I'd still be too afraid to turn that one upside down too. The Scary Clown Gang sneaks into this list at number 4. You might be surprised to hear this, but actually the urban legend of a scary person in a white van is a very popular myth from around the world. Even where I grew up, we had an urban legend about a predator who would drive up and down the neighborhood streets in their white van looking for innocent children to kidnap. Why they're doing this, I have no idea. Everyone knows about white vans. Why don't they just start with like blue van, more hidden or something? And am I encouraging this? It's just, my question is, why is it always a white van? Well, Brazil took this urban legend to the next level, adding clowns. So now you got white vans with clowns inside. Many people in Brazil believed that there was a group of killer clowns who would drive in these unmarked white vans looking for kids to kidnap. They would lure and trick them into coming into their van because they looked like friendly clowns. But really, their intention was to kill the kids and sell their organs on the black market. I mean, is this real life right now? Okay, seriously though. Who comes up with these scary urban legends? Because this one's freaking me out right now. I feel bad for people who drive a white van, because now everyone is scared and gets goosebumps every time you drive by them. And I wonder if the sales of white vans, because of all these urban legends, they just like people just don't want to buy them anymore. The killer doll stabs its way into number 3. The Xuxa doll was created to look like one of Brazil's biggest celebrities in TV history. Xuxa hosted the most popular children's show in Brazil in the late 1980s, which landed her music deals, movies, roles, and a lot of publicity. Well, according to this urban legend, a mother apparently made a deal with the devil so that she could afford to buy her daughters one of these dolls. But when the child slept with the doll, she woke up with scratches all over her body, and the doll's plastic nails were stained with blood and had skin under them. It is believed that this child died from her injuries, so after the incident, the doll was chained in a sacred Catholic museum so the doll can't harm anyone anymore. Even though this urban legend happened over 30 years ago, it is still remembered as one of the scariest Brazilian urban legends that traumatized a bunch of kids. Oh, and people also believe that the Xuxa herself made a deal with the devil in order to get famous, so if you listen to some of her music backwards, you can hear a message from the devil hidden inside of her music. The infected and deadly needle injects itself onto this list at number 2. Unlike many of the urban legends on this list, this one isn't paranormal. Let me take you guys back to the 1980s when people were so scared of AIDS and HIV, and that's because there wasn't a lot known about these diseases, so people were absolutely terrified whenever someone would talk about them. So in this legend, it was believed that someone had been pricked with a needle when they sat down on a movie theater chair, and soon after the incident, they would be infected with AIDS or some other type of deadly disease. The rumor spread like wildfire, and people were even saying that they have seen these infected needles on bus seats, public benches, restaurants, and many other places. People were so terrified of these needles that people became very paranoid, and they were so scared, they were too terrified to leave their house. Even though this may seem real, there aren't any real life cases of people being pricked with these needles, so it just goes to show you how powerful an urban legend can be. The Fofao doll scares us in at number 1, especially it scares me. Guys, I'm serious when I say this is the creepiest doll I've ever seen. You don't believe me? Well, take a look for yourself. Okay, I mean, Annabelle has nothing on this scary, sadistic looking doll. I think I'm even gonna have nightmares about this awful looking thing. Why do I keep researching urban legends? It freaks me out. But anyways, the Fofao doll is based on a TV character from the Brazilian TV show Magic Balloon. This popular children's TV show aired in the 1980s, and this character became so successful that it gained its own TV show. Fofao in Portuguese means fluffy, but I think we should rename him to Ugly and Creepy. Even though I find him terrifying back in the 80s, kids actually loved him. But this all changed when he started to be compared to Chucky from that horror movie where the Chucky doll's possessed and kills people. The rumors started to spread that Fofao is the real life killer doll, and according to the legend, it is believed that if you open up your Fofao doll, you will see a black knife hidden inside. I mean, whoa, just when you thought the Fofao couldn't get scarier. Well, there you guys have it. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys all in the next most amazing top 10 video.